Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the reason that I switched from PC to this new MacBook 2019, the 16-inch MacBook, an extremely expensive and overpriced computer, and why I think it's worth the switch.
You're not coming.
It's been about a couple of years that since I started my YouTube, I originally had a MacBook 13-inch laptop, and it was a great laptop to edit on. But as I progressed in my videos and in my YouTube, my file got larger, the editing got more complex, and that laptop was not doing justice for me. It used to take about 9 hours to 14 hours to render a simple 10 minutes video. My videos are not usually longer than 10 minutes, so it was quite an unpleasant experience. And then I decided to change my computer, and one of the things that I gravitate towards was Windows, and simply it was because of the cost versus the return. And at that time, MacBook, if I wanted to buy something beefy enough to edit on, I had to spend a lot of money in order to get the computer that I wanted. So I opted in for a Windows system, a PC that is modular and I can build myself, thus saving a lot of money from buying an already built computer. So I went on eBay, I went on Amazon, and I went on Letgo, and I put together a really nice and extreme PC at the time. And it was great, except the problems that I had. First of all, I wasn't used to the Windows ecosystem, so it had a little time for me to get around that simply and get used to how to operate it. But that wasn't the problem. That's just the learning curve of anything that we use. The problem that I had is that I couldn't clean my Windows efficiently. Now there's a lot of apps like CC cleaners or other apps in the market that are able to help you clean your computer, make them fresh, but it was just not efficient. And I found at times that important files are being deleted or cleaned that would make my computer slower and slower over time. Other problem that I had was the application that I was forced to use, and which was Adobe Premiere. Now, yes, I could have done a Hackintosh on my PC and go the old-fashioned use Mac programs such as Final Cut Pro, but I didn't want to do that because then I would significantly reduce the amount of stuff that I have, and it would just be too much. It would be too much for me. I didn't want to do that. So I had to pay monthly $30. The price, I saved a little bit, but over the 2 years, I spent the thousands of dollars paying for programs that I didn't have to pay. And then at the end of the day, as soon as I stopped making the payment, when I switched, I lost all those programs and everything. So that's one thing that I don't like, the fact that I don't own anything. I'm just renting. So that was another problem. Another problem that I had was coming up updating time, and when I had to update the system, it was not an automatic and easy process. Every time, like for example with a Mac, one reason that I like it is that with Mac I could just press a button and it will automatically update itself, but with Windows it was such a hard process that it would literally drain all of my energy focusing on updating. And then one time, now I'm not really into PCs or really into anything in depth as far as working with programming and application and stuff like that. So it asked me to update my BIOS. I did it, and it just messed my computer up dramatically. Another problem that I had after fixing that one was the fact that my files wasn't synchronizing. That was really big for me. Now you could go the alternative way and get third-party applications such as OneDrive or stuff like that to back up your application, but it wasn't as seamless as I wanted it to be. So all of these together, and the fact that it was just horrible using the computer, because over time it got slower, and I found out that my graphic card is not as good, it's not doing justice, it wasn't syncing with the program, my memory was not good, and at the end of the day, the biggest reason was that my computer caught on fire. Now you might think that was my fault, I don't know how to operate or build the computer, but that computer was built properly and I followed all guidelines, and after I built it, I had someone come and look at it, inspect it, make sure everything is good, and I kept good care of it. And over time, over the past couple years, I learned how to use it properly. But over last week, when I was rendering one of my videos, the computer overheated, and because I used a liquid cooling system for it, and that liquid cooling system failed. That's something that I didn't like, and the whole thing caught on fire, and it was just devastating. So hence I went to shop for a computer because I had to edit my videos, and I came across this new laptop. Now I didn't do an unboxing on this, and that's because I want to do an in-depth review of it. But after I got this computer, everything just becomes so easy. It was a learning curve. If you go to a couple of videos back when I was using my PC, the way you can know what videos I made using PC is that with my old computer, my background was white. With the new computer, I changed my background, and that's a reference point for me that I know, oh, something has changed. So with this one, my rendering process dramatically dropped. So like I mentioned, when I had the 13-inch MacBook Pro, my render time was 14 to 8 hours. When I had the PC with all those specs that I had on it, I had a 2 terabyte hard drive. I had, that was all SSD. I had a 1080 Ti. I had 64 gigs of RAM. It was a well specced out computer, and it was an i9 processor, so nothing shy of the best of the best. And it cost me a lot too. At the end of the day, I calculated it, and I was like, if I would have bought another computer, I would have saved money. But all of those stuff I bought over time, so it didn't seem as much at a time than just dropping a couple of thousands of dollars. But when I got the MacBook Pro 16-inch, my render time with Final Cut Pro X dropped down to like 20 minutes, even 10 minutes at times. And if I don't put Neat, which is a plugin for Final Cut Pro, it's a beautiful plugin, but it just slows the computer and the process down extremely. So if I don't put that one, my rendering time is about 30 seconds. But when I put the Neat application in there, and I keep in mind my render file, the file that I'm exporting is about like 30 gig for like 8 minutes. It's down to 20 minutes, 10 minutes. But and it's just been a relief that I can just take this with me anywhere, and I can edit on the go. I'm not bound to sit behind this desk to edit or carry one of those huge, humongous laptop that could handle such processes and such tasks. So this is a great option for me. The fact that it's portable, the fact that every application in there I own. I don't use Final Cut, I don't use Adobe anymore, I don't use Photoshop anymore, and everything is right here. The fact that it's portable, just awesome. And it costs a lot of money. It starts at $2,300 and goes up to $6,000, which is extreme. But at the end of the day, we want something that can let us be more productive and be more free and take it on the go. So now this is possible for me. One of the reasons that I've been lacking at posting videos consistently is because I travel and I move a lot. And when I travel, I cannot take my computer with me because that computer with the case that I got for it, it weighed over 60 pounds. The case was crazy. It was crazy. It was a Cooler Master case. Cooler Master case. No, was it Cooler Master? Yeah, Cooler Master. And it was huge, humongous. So it was impossible for me. And on top of that, I had to take a monitor, mouse, keyboard, versus this. I could just carry it with one hand without a problem, go anywhere, edit anywhere, and post my video all in the same place, and I'm not bound to sitting behind this desk. Although I still have my monitor right here, and I still have my mouse and keyboard in case I want to dock my laptop and work in my workstation. But now I have the freedom of working on the go. Highly recommend the new laptop. It's a lot of money, but keep in mind this is the best time to buy a MacBook Pro 16-inch because they're not gonna come up with anything better than this to update this anytime soon. So I think for the next couple of years you're set. And that's the timeline that I have for a computer. I believe a computer is good for about 3 to 4 years, and after that it's not possible to use it because of the applications that are out. But for 3 or 4 years, this is a really good investment, and I think it's the best time to buy is when it comes out, when something new happens. For example, iPad Pro 12-inch, when they came out with this, if you would have bought it, it was right on the track, and it was a great time to buy it when it came out about 2 years ago. And that's because it takes 3 to 4 years to update this and get new specs on it. I don't think we're gonna get anything better than this anytime soon for a long time. And that goes same hand with this laptop. Yes, you can do a lot of crazy games on it because I think everything has its own purpose. A computer is good for gaming, but it's not meant for gaming unless it's a gaming computer. You solely want to do gaming, and if that's your niche, that's what you want to do, Mac, it's not something that you should gravitate towards. And don't even think about running a boot camp on it, because then your games may run, but it's not going to be as good. You gonna have to buy an external GPU in order to run it, and buy an external GPU, might as well buy a PC, because why go through all the hassle? But for some people that works, and I'm not gonna question the type of workflow that you have and the type of workflow that you use. Personally, for me, this was the more reliable option. I personally, when I game on my PlayStation and I game on my Nintendo. So gaming on my laptop, not really. Sometimes I play a Slither IO, which is just a snake game that just goes around, and it's such an annoying game. Don't play it, because as soon as you play it, you just get stuck to it. Anyway, I love this. I'm gonna go through applications that I use when I do my editing and I do my work flow, the way that I work with my MacBook. And if that's interesting to you, let me know down in the comment, what do you think of it, about going to that application and just coming up with things that we can do. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. And again, one thing that I want to emphasize on right now, everything is just so crazy because I'm getting used to using Final Cut Pro as far as color grading. So my past 2 video and this video completely different than one another. Every time I'm trying to make it better and better until I get to the point that I was with Adobe Premiere. As soon as I get to that point and I find a good setting for my color grading, because I'm not moving a lot, then I can just apply that toward all my videos. As of right now, thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.